YouTube? It is NZ Dreamer here, and today I want to talk about a dream I had about, I guess, Greek mythology. I'm not really sure what to call this dream or how to categorize this dream, but I want to talk about this because I think this is a very important dream to talk about. Well, maybe it's not important, but I think it's supposed to be educational or significant in some way, shape, or form. But anyway, to get into this dream. Oh yeah, by the way, I had the dream like last year, 2024. I think mid 2024, late 2024, something like that. I basically had a dream that I or someone else was arguing with this old man. He looked like he was this shadowy old man. You know, he was like black and he had white streaks on him, and they were arguing about something. And basically, I remember him saying that something like he said that the reason why the ancient Greeks put coins in the dead's mouth in the dead people's mouths was because fallen angels slash demons feed off of the chemicals in lead slash silver or copper coins, and they feed off the chemicals in there. So basically, the reason why what the dream's saying is basically the reason why the ancient Greeks put coins in the mouth of the dead was because fallen angels or demons slash demons, they feed off the chemicals in the coins, which are made out of copper, lead, or silver. They feed off the chemicals in copper, lead slash silver. I don't remember which one it was, but yeah. So basically, I think that's what the dream said. I think there's so yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, the ancient Greeks, they would put coins in the mouth of their dead, like there was like these dead people, and they basically in their religion they believed that if you put the coin in a dead person's mouth, they would go to the underworld and stuff, and they would they would go to the underworld and they would pay like the ferryman of the dead to help them go to the underworld. And basically, like if they didn't put the coin in the mouth of the person, they wouldn't be able to go to the underworld and pass on to the next life, to the afterlife. So basically, yeah. And that's what they believe. But apparently, the real reason why they did it was because I guess some fallen angel or some demon or fallen angel taught them that they feed off the chemical, like taught them to do this so they could feed off the chemicals, like in some kind of parasitic way. Like, so a demon or a fallen angel could kind of like feed off them for some reason. And yeah, I don't really. Yeah, so apparently that's the reason. Like, and if you look into the Marvel comics, which if you look into the Spider-Man villain in Marvel comics on Venom, basically in the comics, it turns out that the symbiote of like Venom, like the character Venom, like the symbiote, like the living suit that he had on, liked to eat chocolate because apparently it feeded off the chemicals of chocolate. So I think that's where they came from and why they included that bit, and that's kind of what it's like. So basically, for some reason, there's a chemical that the Greek people put in their coins, whether it's silver, copper, or lead. I think it was lead. And apparently they like to feed off of the chemicals of it. And that's why they put it in there. So basically, I guess some fallen angel or demon need to sustain itself, and they I guess they like the chemicals in there. So they taught the Greek people how to make these coins, and they told them to put the coin in the dead person's mouth. And I guess some of the chemicals in our saliva or something, or in our teeth, or like the chemicals we make when we die, like our blood, our sweat, or whatever, I guess it somehow must cause some kind of process of some kind, which makes it so that the fallen angels and the demons can extract the the chemicals that they need to sustain themselves. So yeah, apparently according to this dream, fallen angels or demons or both, they they need to sustain themselves. Apparently they need the chemicals from those coins for some reason. They feed off them for some reason. And I guess otherwise they're gonna get depleted of energy, or they're gonna starve or something. I don't really know like what they do, but I guess they basically told that's the reason they made this whole thing. It was a ritual for them to feed off of the chemicals. And I guess like The Theorem in Greek mythology, Sharon, maybe he's that fallen angel. Maybe he's that demon. Maybe that's where you're supposed to give him that coin, so he can feed off your energy. So yeah, I guess this kind of shows that the fallen angels and the demons and stuff influenced ancient Greek civilization. I saw another prophetic dream from this New Zealander called Mike Griffiths. I am going to tag him, by the way, saying that the fallen angels and the Watchers, they uh, they the fallen angels and the Watchers, they influenced the Greek civilization. I think the Egyptian civilization, or like the Norse civilization, and like the Maori civilization, who are the New Zealand indigenous people. Apparently, they influenced them, and I remember seeing some testimony of this lady who was raised in the Hivite cult, and this like cult called the Hivites. Back on YouTube, used to be lots of testimonies of ex-Illuminati survivors, and there was this lady in this thing called the Hivite cult. And basically, there were this Illuminati family, this occult family, this cultist family that claimed to be descended from Alexander the Great, related to him. And according to Greek mythology and to Greek history, Alexander the Great, who conquered the world, was the son of Zeus. And in Greek mythology, there were lots of heroes who were like part god, part man. Like basically, these gods, they would go and sleep with human women. Like they would sleep with them. Often they would sleep with women who were married. So these dudes were like causing women to cheat on their husband. They basically, they raped them. They created all these like superpowered superhero, like kind of like demigods and all that stuff. And it's also the Hivite testimony lines up with another true video I saw where it turns out that lots of these Greek people are like serpent seeds and stuff. Like there's an idea that Cain was part fallen angel and he had lots of children, and that Eve had sex with that serpent, and that's why Cain was born, and all that. And like basically, it lines with the Hivite testimony. And it's like if you look at the Book of Enoch, right? Greek gods would like the fallen angels. They sleep with the human woman. That lines up with Greek mythology. So suffice to say, the ancient Greek people they must have been very influenced by fallen angels. I don't think they were entirely bad, but I think they were influenced by fallen angels, and I think the Greek gods they may be fallen angels. And given how prominently they've influenced our civilization, a lot of our ideas and stuff, and our philosophy and our laws come from ancient Greece and Rome. And the fact that ancient Greece predated Rome and created the Roman Empire, and they helped to influence Christianity, and like they hijacked Christianity and all that, it makes it very suspicious. It really makes you wonder if like our civilization is being influenced by these fallen angels.